Matthew Lee, Intercity Press, on behalf of the Free UN Coalition for Access. Thanks a lot for doing another briefing.
It's always a pleasure.
I wanted to ask, I mean, a lot of people in the human rights field say that one of the major updates needed would be to consider abuses by corporations and corporate interest as opposed to government interest. And not to be put too fine a point on it, but I see on your commission you have Robert Rubin, formerly of Goldman Sachs. And I wanted to know, did you consider sort of updating it on the corporate issue? Right before you came, there was a civil society press conference where they said there's a corporate domination of the UN and its public spaces. What's the place of I guess, corporate abuse in your consideration?
Well, I think
I'll leave it at that.
I think it's very interesting because one of the issues you'll see we considered is slavery. And of course, there are various definitions of slavery, but the organization Walk Free, led by the businessman Andrew Forrest, has been very active in bringing to people's attention the need to do something about slavery and to do it through businesses changing the ways that they act. And so in America, as a result of that, there has been legislation that is forcing businesses to look through the supply chain and on pain of penalties that they would incur to eliminate child labor and child slavery from the supply chain. It is true also in Britain, where the Slavery Act were introduced also provisions to deal with businesses. So we have discussed this in the Commission, and we are clear that businesses have got to play their part as responsible citizens. And I think all the people that you've mentioned who were part of the Commission agree that that is the case and it should be done. And I think the question in relation to child slavery is how you can have proper surveillance of this so that when you announce that no firm should be using child slave labor, you can actually show in detail that this is either happening or not happening through proper examination of the way the supply chain is working. So there's no disagreement that businesses have a far more important role than they did in 1948.